Democrats failed to derail Donald Trump's address to Congress, despite an early disruption in which a congressman was kicked out of the chamber for heckling. The U.S. president used his speech on Tuesday evening to tout the achievements of his first 43 days in office, urge lawmakers to pass tax cuts and provide funding for mass deportations, and rail against his political opponents. Democrats in the House of Representatives chamber paddles, which read Musk Steals, Save Medicaid, and False. Female members of the party wore pink, while others dressed in blue and yellow to show their support for Ukraine, after Mr. Trump froze military aid to Kyiv. However, they failed to throw the U.S. president off course during his speech, which at 100 minutes set records for the longest address to a joint session of Congress. Representative Al Green, who heckled Mr. Trump and waved his cane in the air, was thrown out of the chamber on the order of House Speaker Mike Johnson, who briefly paused the speech to urge decorum from booing Democrats. "You have no right to cut Medicaid," Mr. Green shouted at the U.S. president before being ejected. Democratic Party leaders had seemingly sought to avert its rank-and-file members from noisy protests, according to a memo obtained this week by Politico, but had limited success. Shortly after being kicked out of the speech, Mr. Green told reporters at the Capitol that his protest was worth it to let people know that there are some people who are going to stand up to Mr. Trump. Republicans attempted to drown out Democrat heckling, which largely died down after Mr. Johnson's intervention, with applause and chants of USA, USA. American dream is unstoppable. In his first address to Congress since entering office 6 weeks ago, Mr. Trump thanked Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky for signaling in a letter that he was willing to sign a rare earths deal with the U.S., following a fractious meeting in the Oval Office last week. Mr. Trump declared that the American dream is unstoppable and that the U.S. was on the verge of a comeback the likes of which the world has never witnessed. Much of his speech lavished praise on Elon Musk, the U.S. government's efficiency czar, who was given a prominent position for the speech in the First Lady's box. The Tesla billionaire, who repeatedly stood to acknowledge applause from Republicans, swapped his usual dark t-shirt, jeans, and baseball cap for a dark suit and a bright blue tie for the event. Mr. Trump thanked Mr. Musk for his efforts to cut government waste and claimed that even Democrats were grateful for his attempts to dismantle the federal bureaucracy, provoking yet more uproar from the lawmakers in the chamber. When Mr. Trump railed against unelected bureaucrats, Democrats pointed at Mr. Musk, who is one of the most influential members of the new administration, but has never been confirmed to his role by the Senate. Hours after imposing 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, the U.S. president pledged to institute extra duties on agriculture products and reciprocal tariffs on countries from April 2nd. Mr. Trump has previously suggested he will treat VAT as a tariff, leaving Britain at risk of a £24 billion blow to its economy. He admitted the tariffs would cause a little disturbance in the U.S., and that American farmers would face an adjustment period, but insisted, "We're okay with that." With the White House under pressure as grocery prices continue to rise despite Mr. Trump's promise to end inflation on day one of his presidency, the Republican blamed his predecessor for his economic inheritance. Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. "And we're working hard to get it back down," he said. Egg prices rose by 13.8% in January, with the violent price spikes prompting some desperate Americans to smuggle them across the border from Canada and Mexico. Launching repeated attacks on Mr. Biden for his failings on border security, inflation, and the economy, Mr. Trump also lashed out at Democrats in the chamber for not applauding him. "I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, and these people right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer," he said, before exhorting brim-faced lawmakers to work with him to make America great again. Mr. Trump declared that the U.S. would reclaim the Panama Canal and take over Greenland, which is classed as an autonomous territory with the Kingdom of Denmark. "We strongly support your right to determine your own future," he told the people of Greenland, before adding, "I think we're going to get it one way or the other. We're going to get it." The U.S. president also announced plans to increase production of rare minerals within the U.S. Delivering the Democrats' rebuttal, Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin claimed that Mr. Trump's tariffs policy would hurt manufacturing and farmers. She also criticized Mr. Trump's policy on Ukraine, claiming he would have lost us the Cold War and that Ronald Reagan, his Republican predecessor, must be rolling in his grave. At another point, he announced that Secret Service Director Sean Curran would make DJ Daniels, a young boy with brain cancer who had been invited to the joint address, an honorary agent. The 13-year-old's face lit up as the U.S. president made the announcement, and later waved his new Secret Service badge above his head.